Hey, what's up guys, Sir Emanon here, and welcome to the finals of LCS number 9. This is going to be Jesse Kotton on Drytron versus Luke Coogan on Virtual World. So these are pretty much the decks that most people I feel expected to do the best going into this tournament. As predicted, Virtual World has such a good matchup against things like Dinosaur, so Dinosaur didn't really perform that well. Then we have Drytron, just kind of the breakout deck, obviously the tournament. Still not super solid by most players, but Jesse Kotton, one of the best pilots in the game, obviously going to be on it. And this should be a very exciting matchup here. Just probably going to wait for people to get in here. We have 68 watchers at the moment. That number I anticipate to go up drastically. We had over 200 players at one point in the semifinals, which I didn't unfortunately get to cast between these two. I do have the replay saved though, so if you guys do want me to go, I guess, watch that match in retrospect, I would go ahead and do that for the top 4 between, it was Jesse versus Paolo. So I can do that if you guys want to. I have a feeling that the DB grinder is probably going to cast that one, but if you guys want me to as well, definitely let me know. Just leave a comment, all that good stuff. But looks like we're just going to be preparing. And there we go. All right. So we got Coogan winning the RPS here on Virtual World, and is going to be opting to go first. All right. Looks like I feel they're both in Discord. They are, yes. So not going to be using the chat here, but not a big deal. We are able to still, of course, just see exactly what's going on. And now, this is it. This is for all the marbles. Normal summon, Virtual World, Hime, Nyan Nyan, and then reveal Gigi. That's going to go ahead and send likely a Qinglong. But it could also send Chuche if he wants to level modulate. Definitely have to be careful. Don't want to rush your plays when you don't have to. Gigi summons itself to the field. He can then use Qinglong to grab himself a search if he hasn't had access to Lulu yet. Or he can grab a Lao Lao if he already has Lulu, perhaps. We'll be able to tell soon by what is in his hand. Gonna add a Lulu. Let's see what the send is gonna be. And the question is, how well is he gonna be able to play around like the Biru? But then again, maybe he's just not having to fear that because he knows that Jesse is unlikely to be on hand traps. So he could possibly afford to play a little bit greedier than he normally would be, provided he knows the matchup and just the fact that Drytron isn't gonna usually play a lot of hand traps, at least in the builds that we've observed thus far for the main deck. He's thinking that means his hand is probably fairly strong. He might have access to various ways to draw cards if he wants to go that route via Stardust Charge or Croc to replenish his hand later, especially if he is willing to play a little bit more loosely with his resources. Again, just not having to fear potentially hand traps in this matchup. But he's thinking long and hard. They are still using time rules. So that is something that is worth noting. Alright, I have no idea what's going on in the Watcher's chat. I'm just gonna turn that off. It reminds me of like what I've seen with DN Watcher's chat. Obviously, I didn't play the game back when DN was still around, but I've seen the crazy stories. But he's gonna go ahead and send Qinglong, and then he's going to activate Lulu, pitching Chuchi to add Kowloon to hand. Kowloon can then go ahead and activate Chuchi from deck. And shout out to the heater for one final time for this tournament. If you guys have been enjoying the LCS content, definitely let me know as well, because I definitely did enjoy casting all these games. It was kind of a nightmare, not gonna lie, to upload all these videos. Not sure if I'm gonna do it again, but we'll see. Definitely give me feedback if there's things I could have improved on as well. Ooh, he Chuche level modulated and is going to go for the Xiaofeng. So he's gonna pop the Xiaofeng with the Chuche, and he's going to Xiaofeng to search. And this adds Lao Lao, so we can go for Cloud Castle. This is even better than Vermilion Pop itself. This is way better. If you're able to at least like use this. That's really, really sick. So this is the first time we actually get to see the Xiaofeng. I wanted to see this in the top 4 match, but we didn't get to actually see it in effect. But here we are, and this is proving to be quite nice. He has not used Nian effect yet, also to that is worth noting here. So let's see what the send is going to be off of the Lalo. I think you would ideally want to try and get more cards banished so you can have your Hcabe be live, because at the moment it is not. So he's thinking what he wants to revive. So he's possibly going to go for Claw Castle here. He doesn't have a Lily, so that's also kind of worth noting. Bringing back Gigi and then bringing back Nian via its own effect. So he has a level 3 tuner, level 3 non-tuner, another level 3 non-tuner, and a level 6 tuner. So you can make a Synchro 9, you can make a Synchro 6. This could be very much a Cloud Castle. Yep, that's gonna go ahead and bring back the Xiaofeng. Oh wait, is that not once per turn? I don't see a once per turn on this effect. That's kind of crazy. If there's ways you could use it multiple times, but not really sure if that really gets in your value after you already get Lala, which is like what you normally would want anyway. Alright, so he is able to make VFD. Is the end board going to be VFD Gossip Shadow? This would forfeit. I mean, I'm not really even sure if he's able to make Chuche live at all. That is the one downside, is that Virtual World doesn't typically banish a ton of cards unless if like you're making Shen and then synchroing everything off afterward. So if you already are using 2 of your banished materials to like recycle to use this for the Xiaofeng combo, then you don't have it live for your opponent's turn, and that could matter. Now, to be fair, it's in a matchup where monster effects are very much important, and Calling Light could very well seal the deal. We'll just have to wait and see. You have to wonder if it is at this point, because if you're not able to make this live, then you have to wonder if it's just worth it to make a Gossip Shadow and just sit in it. Or do you just agreed for like a Star Discharge draw? That doesn't seem that great. You could go for it though. Maybe he is going for it. Maybe it is great. Who knows? He's gonna synchro away. Alright, so he is going for Star Discharge. I stand corrected. So it is gonna get a draw. I wonder if he's fishing for like a way to put another card into the banish pile, like maybe a Qinglong to go ahead and like negate his own Star Discharge. That would work. Or if he could find another level 3 tuner, he can go and make a Shen, which would not be bad either. He did normal summon the Nian already, so he does not have access to his normal at this point. So his hand was Nian, he had Gigi. Oh, but he has the E-Telly. So there is the level 3 tuner. I did not catch if that was off the top of his deck. But if that was drawn, that would have been, you know, very, very good. Let's see if he puts his Shen or whatever he makes into this zone over here to play around Geonator Transverser. Oh, chooses not to. He's just gonna let it get banished. Ah, that enables a Chuche. Alright, there we go. And he's gonna resolve Gigi, because it does get banished in the end phase. So that's not too bad. He's gonna call Light off the Calamities, and that's gonna be the end of the game. So, guys, this card didn't get banned. That's all I'm gonna say. This card did not get banned. Oh my god. This is sad. Like, it's just so sad to watch. I don't have very many complaints about this format, apart from this card specifically. This card's just not fun to play against. Right here. I don't know if you guys can see that, but normally you can like highlight the text. That's kind of interesting that it's like showing up as an image for me. But anyways, siding into game 2 here, after that thrilling game 1 of calamities into a scoop. Yeah, I don't anticipate Jesse's gonna do a whole ton in the siding department unless he has specific stuff for going first in this particular matchup. Because Drytron is very good at going first. It chews your hand traps very well. And we'll see if Coogan has like a droll in a side deck or anything of that sort. But you have to imagine Jesse going first in game 2 here. If you guys are enjoying this live commentary of the LCS finals, definitely go ahead and like the video. And be sure to subscribe if you want to see coverage of pretty much all the other rounds. I have a feature match from effectively every single round actually on my channel. So go ahead and check those out if you want to. But we are going to be seeing Jesse go first in game number 2 here, starting off with a Drytron Zeta. That's going to tribute away Ben-10. Zeta Ben-10, that's a pretty good start. We'll see if there's a response to this. It appears not. So this is going to search for a Meteonus Drytron, and then Ben-10 can search for a Light Fairy. So Ben-10 can grab potentially another Ben-10, could grab Herald of Orange Light, can grab Manju, or Natasha. We've seen all of these in Jesse's deck. We've also seen Vanity's Ruler. That's another possible search target. It is going to be the Vanity's Ruler. Okay. I really like that this is a way not only to lock your opponent out, but also to play around Nibiru, which is like really sick. So yeah, going to go ahead and use Meteonus Drytron right away. So not even going for any Union Carrier plays yet. But he is going to get rid of the Draconids. And then use the Meteonus Drytron to lower the Zeta's attack. That's going to add itself back to the hand. And then Ben-10 and the Zeta can be tributed away for Vanity's Ruler. That does trigger the Ben-10 because it triggers whenever it's tributed. Doesn't have to be by a ritual effect. It can be by game mechanics such as tribute summoning. So that's a cool little interaction to be aware of. I did mention it. I don't remember which Drytron game I mentioned it in because I casted so many of them this weekend. But we did mention this before that this is a possibility. But it hasn't come up until now. So glad that we're seeing the interactions that I haven't gotten to, actually witness firsthand. For example, the Xiaofeng last game, and then this happening this game. Gonna search for Herald of Orange Light, and his hand now is gonna be Herald of Orange Light, Meteonus Drytron, and I don't believe we know the others. He's just gonna pass in this. Oh, but Lancia. Okay, so that's gonna be a pretty strong supplement to this Vanity's Ruler. I mean, honestly, in a lot of matchups, sitting on this is enough because it's not like other decks where you don't have a way to kind of pressure the game afterward. You have your Drytrons. Now, what's interesting to me is that he searched a Herald of Orange Light, which tells me that he has some way to use this Zeta for next turn. And we know one of the cards in his hand is Meteonus Drytron. So it's very possible that he already has like another Ben-10 in his hand and can use it next turn to get additional follow-ups. So we'll see if that ends up being the case. Coogan, however, going to be struggling against this Vanity's Ruler, just going to set one and pass. Not what we want to see if you were in his position. But Jesse gets the turn that he needs. Honestly, this deck probably has the capacity to OTK. And there's a Ben-10, called it. Had to be another Ben-10 if you're going to search Herald of Orange Light there. So that's going to go ahead and bring out Zeta. By attributing the Ben-10, of course, which can go ahead and use the Ben-10 search. So this also confirms that Jesse is, unless he plays 2 Meteonus and Drew exactly for this turn, he's most likely on 1 of the Meteonus Drytron. He's going to search a Manju off of that and normal summon it. That's going to grab another search for a ritual. He is notably not super high on Drytrons at the moment, but that's not a big deal. He can grab a Ben-10 and use these for Union Carrier, and then go Dawn Knight, and he has Meteonus Drytron in his hand, so he can go for that play. And then that can allow him to, of course, equip Dawn Knight. Dawn Knight sends whatever he's missing. He could send Alpha or Gamma. And there it is. Over the course of just 2 days, casting these matches, I've gotten very familiar with this deck. And I hope you guys have too. Like, I hope this has been a very good learning experience. Because I feel I'm a lot better equipped now to play against this deck come this new format. Union Carry gonna equip itself, or Dawn Knight to itself rather, and then Meteorus Drytron tribute it because it's on 2k attack, of course. That can go ahead and bring back the Ben 10. Putting the Dawn Knight in the grave from the field, which allows you to Foolish for any Drytron, and then use it right away to trigger the Ben 10, or tribute, and then trigger, I guess, the Ben 10. But yeah, if Coogan doesn't have any way to stop this, like this is so cool that turns off not only Nibiru but also Gamma. So, like super limited ways to actually stop this deck. He is going to send Gamma because I figure that Alpha is not going to be that needed because he already has all the Ben 10s. Gamma going to trigger or tribute the Ben 10, summoning itself as well as Zeta. Ben 10 can go ahead and fire off again for another search. We know his hand is Herald of Orange Light, and a Ben 10, and a Search Lancia, so he has plays for next turn, or he's planning for next turn in case there is one. Meteorus Drytron gonna go ahead and add itself back. It can Ritual Summon again because that Ritual effect is not once per turn, just the add back effect. So he's gonna go Battle Phase and attack for what looks like to be 45. His hand is Herald of Orange Light, Cyber Angel, Ben 10, Lancia, Meteorus Drytron, and whatever card he drew, if I'm keeping track correctly. And he makes Herald of Mirage Lights. We saw this in his match in top 16. He does make this card quite a lot. And he's going to Lancia again, which we saw him search. But this card, again, like super good that it floats. Like, it floats like to a lot of value. Like, very, very high value. Like, imagine adding back 2 Ben 10s. Or just adding back your Drytron, Meteorus, Draconids, or Quadrantits. But Coogan just going to set and pass. And Jesse very much in the driver's seat. He's just, gathering it together a critical mass of resources to where he's going to be able to just win against his opponent. He's going to use Drytron Gamma. That's going to tribute the Ben 10. The last one that we knew was in hand. Going to summon itself. And can summon back the Zeta in addition to it. Ben 10 can also trigger. I imagine he has a third Lancia if he wants it. He also has the capacity to go for another Herald of Orange Light. He can go for Purple Light too if he wants to be really safe against his back row, but it's probably a Chuchi at this point. Lancia is super strong though, just plays around desires and talents. He's going to grab Natasha. I like this a lot. I'll keep saying it, I'm a big fan of Natasha. It's just so strong, just not once per turn snatch stealing and then link climbing forever. Like, that is like just absurd. I'm such a big fan of Natasha in this deck. He's going to use Meteorus Drytron next. That can go ahead and trade away the Zeta because that has not used its effect. To summon out Natasha. Very free. He's going to use Vanity's, or target the Vanity's Rule with Natasha to gain 1250. He's going to use Meteorus Drytron. That's going to target the Gamma, add itself back to hand. He can also use the Zeta effect because he hasn't used that yet. And then that could put the Natasha in Graveyard. Or he can just link it away, go for Phoenix, and then steal and go with Access Code. Summon Phoenix, use Phoenix effect. Or not using Phoenix effect, fair enough. Because maybe he's just, maybe that's like a dead Qinglong, he doesn't want to put it in grave. He's going to Natasha steal. And that's going to be it. That is it for game number 2. So, this is looking to be not a great format, actually, if we're looking from the vantage point of VFD, Scoop, Vanity's Ruler, Scoop. I mean, to be fair, that took a couple of turns, but like he wasn't ever going to be playing because Searchable Lancia is also kind of disgusting against this matchup. So, yeah, that is the current Yu-Gi-Oh! So what do you guys think? Would you guys rather this format, or would you rather the format, which was last format, being Buster Lock and like Smoke Grenade and stuff? I think I personally rather this format, but still, there's gonna be some headaches to play against for sure. But I am enjoying the fact that I got to familiarize myself quite a lot with this format. I feel like this tournament has helped evolve the format and develop it before it even has begun. So I think people have already gotten some ideas based on players' builds and the matches we've seen so far. So now players are gonna go and move into game 3. This is for all the marbles. Coogan gonna be going first. Will Jesse have a way to answer the VFD? That's gonna be the question. Or will Coogan brick, which is possible. Main phase 1. Normal summon Gigi. Activate Lao Lao. That is not ideal to use Lao Lao this fast. Oh, Ash is going to be used in response. That could be turn ending, honestly. Oh, he's going to use triple. He's going to draw 2 because he just has no engine. It makes me wonder if Jesse is main decking Ash. Because we mentioned that he probably doesn't have much room to play hand traps, or he just opts not to. But I do wonder if this is mained or sided. He's going to go ahead and trigger Lily next, targeting the Gigi. That can send. He's going to send Qinglong. And possibly Chuche. He's debating if he wants to send Chuche here. So Qinglong will be able to grab another search. He already attempted a Lao Lao, so he can't go for that. But he can search for a Lulu. He's also not used the hand effect of Gigi yet. Coogan is thinking if he wants to send the Chuche. Player's got plenty of time. It's been only 22 minutes for 2 games, so that's not too bad. These matches are 50-minute rounds for the LCS. So they have more time, actually. Just under 30 minutes. He's spending a while thinking. Jeez, this is spam. This is just spam in the Watchers chat. Why did I open that again? Oh, man. There's nothing of value to be added. Alright, so choosing not to after much deliberation. He can then go ahead and use his Qinglong. That can search Malulu. He'll be in a pretty decent spot, provided that there's no more hand traps. Or answers to VFD. Because, well, does this make VFD actually? I don't think so. Well, not right now. Not right now. If he pitches Nian here, then yeah, it does. Oh, if he had Chuche. So he opted not to send Chuche. So maybe he just doesn't have a way to make it. I'm curious. He's thinking on his discard. I mean, it's fair to play methodically and slowly. Like, not super slowly, but you definitely want to be careful. I don't blame him for taking his time here. It's the finals. It's game 3. A lot of pressure. You gotta take your time. Don't want to misplay. Absolutely don't want to misplay in the finals. That would be an unfortunate way to turn preventable errors into unforced errors. And now we're going to see the Chuche being pitched, so that's why he didn't want to double foolish for it. He can go and Lulu and send Chuche to add Kowloon. That makes a lot more sense of why he didn't go for the send of Chuche initially. You don't want to burn through all of your Chuches, of course. So obviously he couldn't search a monster with the Lulu, so he's just gonna settle for the Chuche. He has already normal summoned with the Gigi, so it makes me wonder if he has a way to even make VFD with this hand. He doesn't seem to have enough tuners, unless if I am mistaken. This seems to be kind of tricky. We know Kowloon in hand only. I don't believe we know the other cards. So the board he makes here, it'll define the entirety of the game. If he's able to even make VFD. If he can't, that could definitely spell the end of the match in Jesse's favor. He's gonna go for Coral Dragon. Does he play Altamaya? I feel like most people have cut Altamaya, but I've been surprised before. We can go Kowloon for Chuche. Banish Chuche to raise or to lower Lily. I think that is gonna be lowered. I don't see why you would, raise it. He's gonna Synchro 9 for a Croc to draw 2. It looks like. Oh no, Shen to draw 1 off Coral. Okay. So is it gonna be just Shen Chuche? He does have Lalo in hand. We did know Lalo because it was attempted earlier, but he obviously can't use it again. So this is not looking ideal. He's gonna attempt to end main 1. And gonna end on Shen Chuche, no VFD. This could very well be Jesse's match. Because I think Drytron can play through this. It's not gonna be easy. Especially if there's hand traps up here. Which there likely could be. But this is much, much more manageable than VFD. Obviously. So did he open Nova? Did he open Drytron? Did he open Bentens? The question is, what did he open? Well, he opened Bentem. Preparation of Rites is a very solid start. Will Coogan Ash this? Oh, he's lagging. Okay. This is also not a horrible... I hesitate to say it's not a horrible Ash target, but because it feels super bad. But I mean, once the Drytrons get rolling, it's really hard to stop. And because they tribute Benton for cost, it's very difficult. Will we see a Droll come down? Because Droll could help fix this a little bit on Coogan's side. But if not, Jesse might be in a prime state to win this game. No Droll. So, Jesse's playing with Benton and 4 of the cards. Oh, Alpha Benton. That is very, very solid. He's going to get value here no matter what, basically. Oh yeah, Prep is banished because of the Shen. He's going to Ash the Alpha. And then Benton's going to go Trigger. So this could grab a Manju or a Herald of Orange Light. So the question is if Jesse has additional Drytron names in his hand. If he does, then searching Benton wouldn't be bad. But the question is, how would you out this board? Actually, I don't think Coogan's in that bad of a spot. It looks obviously not that imposing when you compare it to VFD. But this is still tricky, just because when you link stuff away, you have to consider what resources you're going to be losing in the process. And that matters a lot with Drytrons, because that's a lot of why they're good. He did have the Zeta already, so he is going to go ahead and tribute off Bentem. That's going to summon itself to the field and search for a Meteorus Drytron, provided it resolves, which is looking like it's going to. And then Benton can grab another search. So able to grab potentially a Manju, potentially another Benten. Seems doubtful you grab Vanity's Ruler here, very doubtful. When there's Chuche Shen up, does not seem that good. He's gonna go for Manju. I think right now he just needs to find ways to out the board. Because when it gets to a grind game, Virtual World has a pretty decent grind game. But I feel like Drytron's grind game is absolutely nuts. Just because everything plays in the graveyard. Not just like a select number of cards. I do wonder if like we'll see a resurgence of Dweller in decks that can make it, but there's not really too many decks that can make Dweller right now. But that would be a good choice if it were an option. Manju gonna be normal summon next. We have seen Dweller a little bit in Drytron actually, because some people playing like the Ophiel with the Megaliths can overlay it with Manju. I've seen that a little bit earlier. But yeah, Manju can go ahead and be normal summon. That's gonna search for another ritual. Gonna be the final copy of Benton, I do believe that is the last one, yes. So yeah, we know the hand is Meteonis, Drytron, and Benton. I don't think we know the other 3 cards. Unless if I lost track, which is possible. Oh wait, no. We saw the Alpha get ashed, so the Alpha is also in hand. So Alpha, Meteonis, Drytron, and Benton. 2 other cards in hand, unknown. Now the thing is that obviously Union Carrier would be choice here if it weren't for Shen, and it makes Dawn Knight considerably worse. I wonder if he's gonna go for Phoenix to try and take care of the Chuche. He is. So it's at least gonna force it. Gonna get rid of the Meteonis Drytron. So this tells me that Jesse probably doesn't have another Drytron name. Because if he did, then he could have actually no. Maybe he does. It's kind of hard to say. But this is another good reason to pitch the Drytron. You can just add it back off Preparation of Rites. And he'll also be able to add another ritual in the process. He already went through all 3 Bentons, so he's gonna search Natasha. Meteonis. If he has another Drytron name, he could just tribute it from hand. And then summon it. And Benten doesn't actually have to be in the graveyard to trigger, which I learned, shout out to the comment section, I did learn about that interaction. That it can, as long as it's tributed, as long as it still can activate, it'll be able to do so. So if you can like tribute away a Drytron name to activate Meteonis to summon back Benten, like say he has Gamma in hand, he can like Gamma away the Benten and then like trigger Benten again, but then how he's still outing the board. Shen actually proving to be kind of annoying here, like very, very annoying. Because yet again, you know, his Dawn Knight with carrier plays are not very strong. And he's gonna pass. Okay, so Jesse has to have some manner of disruption. Does he have Lancia? He had the opportunity to search Lancia off Benton. Oh, this is banished as well. So he opened double prep as well. So his hand is Natasha, Alpha, Meteonis, Drytron. I feel like I'm forgetting a card. I think I'm definitely forgetting a card. But we know those 3 at least. Alpha, Natasha. Oh, Benton. Benton, Alpha, Natasha, and Meteonis, Drytron. And then 1 card in hand. Alright, so Coogan's gonna start off with a Lily. Targeting Shen. Oh, this is looking to be Virtual World's match. Unless if Jesse's last card in hand is a hand trap. And if Coogan's keeping track, he knows 4 of the cards. He knows Benton, he knows Natasha, he knows Meteonis, Drytron, and Alpha. Jeez, I'm like forgetting them, even though I'm saying them repeatedly out loud. But he knows those 4 cards. So, Qinglong is going to be the send here from Lily. That's going to use its effect. All he has to do is put up 8,000. And ideally, in 5 summons. Gonna get rid of Lao. Does he have Neon Engrave? Does not look like he does. Right now he has 4,600. He is 3,400 damage away from winning this LCS. Is he able to do it? That Lalo could have been instrumental, or it could have been a good tool, but we will have to see. He does have a Gigi engrave as well. I'm just trying to do some math. Let's see. Alright, so that wouldn't be game. I'm trying to think of like if he maybe some Vermilion. Trying to think of a way that he can make a game while still remaining in Nibiru range. Jesse not scooping means that it's a possibility against Nibiru, but I mean you definitely don't want to like scoop in the finals. Like you might as well play, right? Make them work for it. If they mess up because of it, then that's a good sign, right, for you, if you manage to do that. But he has the Lulu in hand. He did not resolve Gigi last turn, I don't think, because it was normal summon, I believe, if I remember correctly. So, we'll see. I'm very curious as to why he pitched Lalo. I mean, it is true that Nibiru is scary. Nibiru can definitely be scary, but he's going to Chuche to raise Lily to make VFD. So that means he's not planning on going for game, or he's gonna use this to make VFD so that he can like play the rest of his hand. But he doesn't have any more virtual world to target anymore. Gonna be using VFD Calling Light. And the rest of his hand has to work with the Lulu if he's going for game with this route. Otherwise, this seems overly considered. Alright, there it is. Okay, there's Qinglong. Or there's the Qinglong, jeez. I've been casting all day, guys. Give me a little bit of slack. Gonna go ahead and... Oh, wait, he has a duplicate Lalo. Makes a lot of sense. Okay. Nibiru is now officially off. And he is now able... We can't bring back Shen. That is notable. He's gonna send Neon, summon itself, summon Gigi, summon Yan. Now he has an abundance of tuners. Not gonna summon Gigi, he's gonna summon Lily instead. It's gonna search for the Gigi. That could be the extra non-tuner he needs. This can also proc the Nianin Graveyard. And I think he's done it. That's gonna be it. That is game right there. Gonna go for Utopia Beyond, and this is over 8,000 damage. Congratulations to Luke Coogan for winning LCS number 9 with Virtual World. Very well played as well to Jesse Kotton, of course, making it all the way to the finals with Drytron. Super good matchup. I'm glad that that game wasn't defined by first turn VFD. We got to see a little bit of it played out. But even like Chuche Shen, it didn't seem that strong, like we were mentioning, in the context of the fact that you can make VFD, but it still is good enough sometimes. Just because like it made Jesse's plays really, really kind of hard to navigate through. Simply because like everything getting banished definitely matters a lot in Drytron specifically. Especially when you want to go for Union Carrier stuff with Dawn Knight. But that is it for the tournament. Thank you guys for sticking with me throughout this entire weekend. I had a lot of fun casting, even though it was exhausting. I'm not sure if I'm going to do this again. But again, let me know if you guys have any feedback, comments. Everything's always welcome. I'll try and read. I'm kind of not able to read everything at the current moment in time today, just because I've had so many videos to record and upload. But I am doing my best, and hopefully you guys appreciate it. And definitely want to say thanks for being awesome. So thanks guys for watching the video. Hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to leave a like as well as any thoughts or feedback in the comments. Subscribe for more informative and competitive Yu-Gi-Oh content. If you want to, you can follow me on all social media platforms or support me via Patreon or TCG Player. All the links in the description as usual. And until next time, I'll catch you in the next video. See you guys.